lie to ya, then screw ya. Get mad when I do ya. Good morning, y'all. So usually we start off with the morning coffee, but I am on limited time today, and I need us to lock in and talk about Love Island this morning because I have a meeting at 11. And there's not much going on in the media and the news right now outside of Tyler Perry, which we can absolutely talk about Tyler Perry because, you know what I'm saying, it's giving colonizer lover. Everybody knew what that was about. That's not news to us. But Love Island. Can I just say this? I need to know if this is a safe space. Good morning. Good morning. Let's recap last night's episode of Love Island. But before we recap it, I need to know if this is a safe space. Okay? Is it a safe space? Because I don't know. I got some things to get off my chest, but I want to make sure that we're in a safe space. So just comment below and let me know. I think y'all are giving Jeremiah too much leeway. And I think Huda shouldn't call people out of their name, but I do believe that her crash out is somewhat justified. Okay? I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that guy. Is it extreme? Yes. Is everything she doing a little nuts? Absolutely. But the way he is moving, I can't say that a little crash out wasn't warranted. This man is laughing in her face. And the thing is too, is that not enough people are talking about this. When I already knew he was a red flag when he said, I've been in therapy for 2 years and my parents have been married for 20 something years. I know how to communicate well. Sir, what? If you've been in therapy for 2 years and you feel like you're that healed, you wouldn't be sitting in a situation like this. You would not be sitting in no situation like this. All of that don't make no sense to me. You get what I'm saying? And I think that he's still, and let me also be clear, I think everybody clapping a little too loud for their separation, because I just want to let y'all know they're going to be back together. They're not done. They're not done. Why? Because they're both insane. Huda just doesn't have the same level of control to not show it. They're both insane. He likes what is happening. They're going to be okay. Jeremiah's going to be right back where y'all left him. Okay. I'm just telling y'all, because before we all get our hopes too high, that man is 100% locked in with her. They're going to bring in another bombshell. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. There's going to be a bombshell for Huda, and there's going to be a bombshell for Shelly. And she's going to do what Huda does, which is be a complete crash out, OD, and have to show her ass. Jeremiah is going to get jealous. And then Jeremiah is going to slide back. They're going to have that rekindling conversation where this is all play-by-play high school. Y'all don't remember all of this in high school where you would have that person or your friend would have that person. It was me. I was the person. And we would crash out and then we would be like, I'm never talking to them again. Da, 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 da. And then they start sliding with somebody else and then you accidentally call each other. And then when y'all call each other, now all of a sudden, y'all on good terms. That's what's going to happen with them. I'm telling you. Huda is finna play in his face. He's not going to be able to handle it. The only way Huda is going to be gone and it won't work is if y'all really put her out the house. If y'all put Huda out the house. But I'm not going to lie, Huda makes for good TV. Hurricane Huda makes for good TV. She does. She does. And y'all not claiming it, because what would be so interesting at this point if she was gone? There's that. So that's just my personal opinion. I think people are not giving Jeremiah enough of the blame. And also, Jeremiah absolutely cracked buns. Just 2 nights ago, I think we're forgetting that. They was knocking the boots 2 nights ago. If you thought she was this crazy, why would you get in it? What would make you get in that? You understand what I'm saying? What would make you do something like that? If you're old enough, if you know somebody's crazy and you keep saying all the red flags, I see the red flags, da 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 da. What made you get up? What made you do that? You didn't need to do that. And then now all of a sudden you acting different 2 days later. I think America, then unpopular opinion, I think America is only blaming her because they want to side with the man. That's all I'm saying. Because I truly think in the real world, he's old enough to know that if you believe somebody's crazy, you absolutely don't get in bed with them. Are y'all serious? We're grown. We all been there. He's not a child. So you know not to get in bed with somebody who you think is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, because that's going to make it more crazy. You keep saying you wasn't sure. You had all these red flags. You didn't know because you wasn't sure because she had a baby. So then what made you get in bed with her, knowing she got a baby, knowing that this is a serious thing for her? And again, I'm not saying that Huda is right for her behavior. Huda's behavior is insane. But also Huda is not wrapped too tight. And I think some of it is justified. That's just my personal opinion. I know y'all gonna hate it or love it. Olandria and Taylor. I think Taylor's getting a lot of hate, and I could see why. I'm a little biased with Taylor because Taylor, in my opinion, I think that I remember him saying, I think he spoke too soon. He wound up saying that he didn't find Olandria physically attractive, but I think he's just a slow burn. I think he just burns slow. I think he does like her. It reminds me a lot of Cordell and what's her name? What's Cordell's girlfriend's name? I love her too. Why is her name losing me? But it reminds me of Cordell and Serena, right? It's the same situation. Serena wasn't jacking Cordell at first, and she said out loud that it just was everything was giving her the ick and blah, 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 blah. And then eventually she came around and she was like, oh, okay. Like I like him. It just took her a while. And I think the reality of it is that I think that Taylor and Olandria are slow burns. And I think the reason that Olandria picked Taylor is because she is looking for something familiar. As somebody who's not a serial dater, and I also like familiarity, I understand why she picked him, because nobody want to start anew every time. When you're a slow burner, you're somebody who's not like a serial dater or don't like talking to mad people at once. It's just, you're always going to go with the thing that is more familiar. You get what I'm saying? So I think she went with what was more familiar because Jalen was cool and everything, but I don't think she really was attracted to him. And I think that she knows that Taylor is the person that she feels most comfortable with, but I also feel like they're just two slow burns, and I think it's going to take long for them to get there. But I can't forget that he did say he wasn't physically attracted to her. You know what I'm saying? But I do think of it a lot like Serena and Cordell, because Serena was not jacking Cordell at first. She was, and if y'all remember the last season, Serena played Cordell for mad long. She was talking crazy about him for mad long. And then when he went to Casa Amor, she was starting to like him right before they went, which is mad long into the season. And then when he went and found that other girl at Casa, she wigged out. So I just think that it's kind of like, I think it's something like that. But I haven't completely written Taylor off yet. And it's crazy to me that y'all wrote Taylor off, but y'all haven't written Ace off. Because in my opinion, Ace played in Shelly's face way more than Taylor played in Olandria's face. Ace has been playing in Shelly's face this entire time. Now, I personally think that Shelly is big pimping, so I don't think that she's completely getting played as much as I think she's playing the game. I think Shelly is the real player from the Himalayas in the house, and that's just my personal opinion. I think she knows what she's doing. She already knew she didn't want to be with Austin. She knows what she got to do to keep herself around. I think she likes Ace, but I don't think she likes him as much as she's putting on. I think she's keeping it pimping. I think she's keeping it pimping, and I feel like she about to play in Ace's face, and I can't wait for that day. Honestly, yesterday, I wish she would have kept her door locked, because at the very least, then she would have, you know what I'm saying? I felt like the door should have just been locked to teach him a lesson. Like, you need to know I'm not about to play with you. But I do think that somebody's going to come in for Shelly, and it's going to be up and it's stuck. It's going to be clipped for him. And I think she knows that, and we all know that. They just haven't brought in the right person for Shelly yet, because who's she going to pick from? In this current rendition, this current situation in the house, who is she picking from? Who is there for her to pick? You know what I'm saying? So I truly think it's gonna be raps for him once. And I don't think it's gonna be raps for him. I think she really likes him, but I think she's going to have him sweating once somebody comes in for her. Right now, it's just there's nobody there. So that's that. I applaud Iris for being a girl's girl. Iris got up there and stood next to Huda. And again, y'all gonna hate me for this, but I do think that Huda is the one that should have stayed last night, because what was Jalen staying for? Olandria is not jacking it. And again, Huda makes for good television. Y'all don't get it. Like, this show, right now, everybody's locked in. The main characters right now are Huda and Jeremiah, and it's really Hurricane Huda. So it's like, if I had to pick between the two, I'm going to pick Huda. And I also feel like everybody knew that. But I also think that people don't like Jeremiah as much as they show you on the show. I think people are also just tired of fucking Jeremiah in the house. Like, yes, Hood is crazy, but Jeremiah is also causing a lot of this and then hiding his hand. And they all been saying that Jeremiah is love bombing them, been love bombing her. And I think that her reaction is a result of that. But the house knows what's up. The house knows what's up. They don't want Huda to go home. They are tired of Jeremiah, and they want them to break up. I don't think they want Huda to go home, though. I think that they just want them to not deal with each other. And I feel like everybody's talking about Huda, but again, and I also feel like, here's the thing. I also feel like they're talking about Jeremiah, but I feel like they're only showing us the portions where they're talking about Huda, because the men clocked Jeremiah from the jump. The day all of this went down, they was on Jeremiah's body, and he tried to crash out a little bit, whatever, and try to make it seem like, and that's also how I know that he's not as healed as he say he is, because his response to the boys initially was, "Oh, you telling me I can't love somebody? It's Love Island," and then you turned around and completely played in Huda's face, like you knew, like you were standing your own and you could hold it down. Jeremiah is not who y'all giving him credit for to be, and it's really pissing me off. I'm not gonna lie. I actually love what's her name? The one that's with Nick. What's her name? Please. I don't know why I be forgetting her name. What's her name that's with Nick? I love her. Because the way she looked at Huda and was like, "Oh, you don't have to call Jeremiah out of his name." And she still held it down. But two things can be true at once. You can absolutely also tell your friend that you don't need to, you're accountable because you don't need to call somebody out of their name, and also still take her side when it's time to vote. Because yes, you're dead wrong for calling him out of his name, but also we all see how this man is playing in her face. He literally sat up there and was like, "I don't like Iris. I'm not attracted to Iris, blah, blah, blah." Now, I can understand if you're not attracted to Iris and you're fed up with Huda, but then you're in Iris's face making it seem like you're trying to be with her. You're telling Iris the opposite of what you said to Huda. He literally sat with Huda in whatever the hideaway, whatever that room was, and was like soul ties and was like, oh, I'm not attracted to her. That's not my type, blah, blah, blah. And then you went and turned around and you're in Iris's face playing like you trying to get with her. Like, that's weird. That's